You know spring is coming when you see this show up in the shop. We got our first pallet of seed corn. So that sounds like a good thing. That means it's going to get warmer. But yeah, till we get done, there'll be how many more pallets and soybean and all that seed yet too. It's getting warm anyways. Good morning. I'm here getting started milking. I got all the milkers apart and the cows are just starting to come in. Arlen went up to the freestyle barn and he'll get all the cows down and clean out the stalls, push the old feed out, that kind of stuff. And I'll get started milking. They're all coming in. It's a little chilly in here this morning. The heater's not coming on for some unknown reason. I'm not sure why. It usually always works, so yeah, not sure why it's not coming on this morning, but it's not real cold. It's cold enough. It's like, I think it's around 25, something like that. So it's not too bad, but it's chilly enough. If you turn it on, turn the heater on, it will just be enough to take the chill out of the air, and then it's pretty good. Oh yeah, here I have a bull coming in. So it's okay if a bull comes in as long as we don't have, like, we have 11 cows on a side, and if you get to the end and you have 12 cows left and you got to do one more line, that just doesn't cut it. So anyways, oh, he didn't come in. He must decide to stay out. So, but yeah, so if we're gonna have 12 cows, then clear at the end, then we like keep the bulls out. But if not, then it really doesn't matter if they come through. You guys need another treat? Do you need another treat? They're up there. I don't have one with me. Well, it's time to get started. Well, we got the first line all done, and my heater's not coming on, so I figured out it's easy fix. Look at that, and it's coming on already. So it should get a little warmer in here, but usually when the cows come in, that really helps a lot.
Once the cow's bred about 6 months, you can bump their calf on the side of them. It's kind of small. They're around that 6-month range. So you know to feel it on the right hand side. But yeah, oftentimes before we dry them up, I like to double check them to make sure they have a calf there. So yeah, this one, I didn't look on the chart for sure when she was bred, but I just have to think about this one, thinking she has to be getting close, but I don't feel the calf there at this point yet. Yeah, when a cow's getting close to calving, or when they're almost full term, yeah, you can really feel the calf in this whole area, kind of right in through here. It's a big solid area. You can feel the calf as it gets bigger. But when they're smaller, they're kind of, yeah, they can be laying different ways right when they're about 6 to 7 months, but usually you can feel them right in through there somewhere. Is it the seal or is it?
He thinks he's gonna help you.
Oh yeah. Down underneath that seal, trying to figure out what's causing that or where it's coming from. But when I say that seal, right there where there's two pieces joined together, when we get done milking, I'll probably replace the seal. Hopefully it's just a seal.
Okay, you gotta sit. You gotta sit. Say please. Good, Petty. Oh, you missed it. Where'd it go? Did you find it?
Yeah, I haven't videoed a whole lot the last couple days, but my wife and I are milking here again on Tuesday morning. On Sunday, we had a bunch of rain. Some storms were going through. Thankfully, we didn't get any bad storms from it, but there was some pretty nasty storms around. But we had a couple different thunderstorms roll through. Ended up getting about 3/4 of an inch, between 7 and 8/10 of an inch. Then yesterday got really, really windy and sunny and dried the top off pretty good. So today we're planning to haul some manure out of some heifer pens. Our old heifer barn needs cleaned out. That's probably the worst barn to clean out because of having all the different individual small pens in there. But yeah, you got to move the calves all around in between all the little pens. But anyhow, that usually don't take more than 2 hours or so to do it, because it's, even though it is a little more of a pain. But then we're probably going to go up to the heifer barn on the other farm up the road, and not sure if we'll get the whole barn cleaned out, but we're going to start cleaning some of it out.
Taking a break. Every now and then you have a, like, if we have to wait on some cows, good time just to sit down and take a little break.
Sit down on the jog. Is that what you said? Take advantage of a break every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then we have some cows that are just a little bit slower, and so we have to wait on just a little bit, not too long. But these cows are all one. We have our last line in, and clear back in the beginning there was one bull that was going to come in the door, and anyhow he didn't come in, but we had 2 bulls come through and the other bull stayed out, so it made exactly an even line. So, but if a bull comes through and makes one extra cow, that's, nobody likes to do that because it makes you have to wait on another whole line. But anyhow, we're finishing up here. Got to get everything, all the milkers hung up and worked down to be finished.
Yeah, we're getting a load of sawdust here this morning, and we had that rain over the weekend. It's still a little wet from that, but it got cold down in the mid-20s last night. It's enough there was some frost in the ground, and yeah, he was having trouble getting around up here. We've been bringing this stuff in. We get a load about every 4 to 5 weeks, and never ever had this trouble before that I remember of. It's kind of a little tight quarters to start with, getting them backed in around here, but yeah, he can usually get backed in okay. Here today. We cleaned out our old heifer barn. We just finished that up. I forgot to get any video of that, but we're heading up here to clean this one heifer barn out up in the other farm now. Not sure if we'll get the whole barn done today or not, but we'll get it started. There's 2 different sections. We'll try to at least get the bigger section cleaned out. The little one, the smaller end isn't quite as full, so if we don't get it cleaned out, it won't be as big of a deal. About some showers Thursday, and then a pretty good chance of some rain next week, a couple days they're saying at this point. So it'd be good to get a couple soaking days of rain, but it'd be nice to have some of this stuff out of the way before that. Yeah, we're up here starting to clean this out. We didn't bed it here the last several days. We normally don't right before we're going to clean it out, so it's a lot dirtier in there than what we usually let it get. But yeah, we'll see what we can get done here and go from there. Over here at this end, we have a round bale feeder. We keep a round bale in. We clean up a little bit over here. We just kind of push it into this corner. So we took a load out of here, and then we have a spot at the other end where we can pile some too. So yeah, we're trying to get everything cleaned up here. That's about, let me see, I think that's our 6th load for the day. About a week ago, we top dressed our triticale, and this here is one of our taller fields, or the one that's got the most growth on it. And then we had that rain on Sunday. It was 2 days ago, and man, this stuff is really taking off and growing. It had really greened up last week there after we had top dressed it, but yeah, now it's just really greening up and taking off. So this is some of that surge triticale I think I mentioned about last fall, and it's a really leafy variety, and you can tell it already how it just like really tillered out and just really full of leaves. I think up here, I think we might have finished this field out with a different variety. I'll look here. Yeah, you can pretty much tell here right to the row. And I would have to look what other variety this is. Let me go on over here. You can really see it right over here. There's a spot. It's maybe a little on the thin side, but yeah. Yeah, right here. This here's the surge over here on the right, and this is the other variety here on the left. And I think they'll both come out and be okay, but the surge definitely gets more leafy and really takes off a lot quicker. Our one heifer barn here, we call our old heifer barn. We cleaned out this morning. It's got all these individual pens, so it makes it a lot harder. Each pen's usually about a half a spreader load. There was 2 pens here I'd cleaned out about 3 weeks ago. They were getting a little deeper, so I didn't clean them out. That one and this in here. But we cleaned everything else out. So, and I think we only got 3 loads out of this barn, and then we probably got 12 or so up there at the other heifer barn. Yeah, that so we probably hauled, I don't know, 15 to 18 at tops out today. Had a little rough start this morning. Had some issues with the one tractor. Got that taken, or actually we switched tractors. Yeah, so we messed around with a couple things. It just took a little longer to get going. So we do have a little bit more to haul out tomorrow. Then we're gonna be pretty well caught up for a little bit. Yeah, we're burning a big brush pile here today. There's a kind of a wooded area we had cleaned out here a year and a half ago. And there was still a bunch of trees down here from that, and then we pushed a bunch more out here last fall and shoved in on it. Been wanting to burn them sometime, and been waiting on a day where it's maybe more ideal than some. It was so dry there earlier, I didn't want to light anything on fire we don't want burnt. So yeah, we waited here. We had that rain there on Sunday, and it's picking up a pretty good breeze here. I hope it's okay. It wasn't windy when I started, so but yeah, another hour it'll be burnt down pretty good. But yeah, I didn't want to catch the woods on fire. The woods is on over here farther, so I definitely didn't want to do it on a day the wind was blowing toward the woods. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. It's kind of a big ravine area up through here where it gets to the end where I have this pile burn, so it's quite a ways away from the woods. I brought a shovel along to use if I need to put anything out, or if I need to, I can use my high lift to drag some dirt around too if it starts. Yeah, we are having a little bit of trouble here. We had hauled some pen pack manure. Let me see, that was probably a month ago now. We had that rain there on Sunday, and it's all wet underneath, but apparently it dried off enough on top. It's catching some of that on fire. But just a little smoldering here and there. It ain't hard to keep after that. Yeah, this fire's slowly burning. I split it apart here so it can't go on down any farther once it reaches this point. There's one hot fire. I mean, I don't know if you can pick this up on a video or not, but there's like vapors coming off of that, like heat vapors. It's not the smoke. I mean, there's some smoke right there, but on over here, it's just, you can see like heat vapors just radiating. Anyhow, when you see that, you know it's a really hot, intense fire. Yeah, we're back over here checking this fire here before we go to bed for the night, and it's pretty much, I mean, it's still smoking around here up through pretty good, but the one end of it didn't really catch right till, or finish burning into it till here within the last hour, and it's really burning down there right now. And it's not flaming up much, but yeah, it's just burning away, and the wind kind of shifted some, so we're gonna stay here and watch it for a while to make sure nothing blows on over into the rest of the woods. The biggest thing is it's blowing sparks up from the fire. You really can't see it here, but not sure how good you can tell it here, but I did make a dividing line of a good 25-30 feet between what we're burning and what I didn't want to catch on fire on down here in the woods. So yeah, hopefully it's a pretty good stiff breeze blowing here tonight though. If the air would die down, it wouldn't be bad at all. Thursday morning, going back over here to where we had this fire burning. Want to double check it. I did run over when I got up this morning just to check it. Everything was fine. I want to push a little bit more together. This morning started out really nice. It's about, I don't know, it was pretty chilly here this morning, maybe in the upper 20s, but it's up to close to in the upper 40s now, but it's still a little chilly. It's supposed to cloud up and maybe start raining here after a while, but check this fire and see what it looks like. Yeah, we're back here where this fire was. Man, it about burnt about everything out of here. There was one big pile of brush here at the end, and it burnt that completely up. There's a couple trees in here I want to try to sift out of there. They're still green, which there was a lot of green stuff in there, but there was something here I never seen happen before. It was actually pretty neat. But there was four trees still standing here at the end, and three of them were kind of right in the middle of that big pile that was burning, and they were alive yet. They weren't dead, but it actually burnt that much. When I was going to leave there yesterday afternoon, the one time I seen two of them were leaning, and all of a sudden the one came crashing down, and then until I came back there an hour, half an hour, hour later, the other one was down. But it burnt that much. It burnt through that green tree trunk. And yeah, they're probably, I don't know, 10, 12 inches across. They were really tall. They were about the size of that one that's still standing there. So yeah, we want to finish cleaning this up. They're talking about some rain this afternoon. And if it don't rain tomorrow, we're going to come back here. We got a couple piles of dirt. We want to move back here and fill this wash in and try to farm around this corner a little better. So yeah, we'll see what we can get cleaned up. But yeah, I mean, compared to what was here yesterday, it burned a whopping pile of stuff. And last evening we were back here after dark watching it for a little bit. And yeah, we stayed here and watched it for about an hour, I think. Finally realized the wind had shifted a little bit and it wasn't blowing any sparks anywhere that they shouldn't have been. So we left and went home and went to bed. I came back this morning and checked it when I got up, just to double check. But yeah, it was over here at this end. There was a great big pile burnt down too. But like I said, there's 2 or 3 trees laying in there that didn't get burned up. I want to try to get them out of there. Because yeah, you can't really cover that up with dirt. There'll be a few odd things down in there that will get covered up probably. But I had, right here's where I had divided that apart good, so there was a good 20-25 feet apart from where we were burning to where there was other stuff. But when that wind shifted last night, we about half got concerned that something might catch somewhere it wasn't supposed to, but thankfully it didn't. So we're in a section of this wooded area down through here, but there's 2 other people that own some of the rest of it on over there, so we certainly didn't want it to catch and go through there. So yeah, I brought our gator back here to where the high lift is. Yeah, that one back door's open there for some reason. We have a 300-gallon tank, fuel tank, that we can move around. It's just on skids like regular tanks are. We have a pump, 12-volt pump in it to pump fuel, and we can kind of, if it's getting near empty, we can move it around to different places wherever we're working with the high lift. And that works really good. But I'm back here where these trees are. I want to finish cleaning up here a little bit here. My high lift's getting just about out of fuel, so I brought a 5-gallon jug along to put in it. I'm going to take it back over there to fill it up here after a while, but didn't want to have to run the whole way back over there right now when I just need a little bit. So yeah, we'll get this put in here and see what we can get accomplished down here. We got everything cleaned up here pretty good. I was able to pull about 3 or 4 of those trees out of there that were laying in there that didn't look like they were going to burn up at all. And there's 1 or 2 more right there in that hollow. I'll probably try to pull out of there tomorrow. It's still smoldering around underneath there. I don't know if much more of that's going to burn up. There's still some smaller stuff here burning pretty good. Yeah, we're hoping we can get this done tomorrow. They are talking about a few showers this afternoon. This is one time we need rain, so I'm not going to pray rain away. But they are talking about a couple days of rainy weather next week. So if it don't rain this week, that we would be okay with that, and then we can get this finished up tomorrow and have this project all done. That would be great. But if not, it'll dry off again. So we'll keep taking one day at a time. It's Friday morning here, and we're hauling this dirt that we had mentioned about. We had about 1/10 of an inch of rain last night, and it got crazy windy overnight. And yeah, these guys that do my excavating, they have a haul truck, and then we're using 2 dump carts. We have one of ours, and we have one that we're using, and then they have one that we're renting as well. So yeah, well, hopefully here in 4 or 5 hours, hopefully have it all wrapped up. We're gonna fill this whole haul in. I need to fish out a few more of these trees, logs and stuff here yet. Yeah, these haul trucks, they're almost invincible. I mean, they can go about anywhere. My one son's hauling with their dump cart. It's an old dump truck bed. They made a tongue on it. You can hook behind the tractor. Here's my youngest son, Alex, using our tractor and dump cart. The one dump cart blew a hydraulic hose, so my son went to get that fixed. So we're just down to the haul truck and our dump cart at this point, but they're still bringing them in here pretty regular. Sure is a beautiful day out here though. We had yesterday, it's not near as warm as yesterday. It was in the upper 20s maybe when we got up, or right around 30. But man, it's cleared out. Last night that front went through and gave us that brief shower. That got crazy windy overnight. I think there was 40-50 mile an hour gusts. It was terrible windy. And then it's pretty breezy today yet, and just as clear as a crystal. There's not a cloud in the skies, but even though it is a little more chilly, it's just a beautiful day to be getting this done. If we come up on top of the hill here, our fence line pretty much goes along. Over here you can see a row of brush that we pushed over along the edge. Our fence row is about 10 feet beyond that, and it really starts dropping off down into a big ravine over there after that. So yeah, we had cleared this 6 acres of woods out on here. Let me go over here if I can get a video of about where the edge of the field used to be. Yeah, pretty much shot straight up through here. Kind of here to where you can see a little bit of a dip of a break in the trees right about there. And the fence line, so it kind of came here, and then but once we cleared this woods out, this ravine kind of stuck up in the middle of everything. So the one construction company had hauled a bunch of dirt in over here, nice clean fill. So that's what we're hauling back here and filling in. So here comes my one son with the one load, and there's nothing coming up over the hill. The dump truck just dumped. They're probably making around, I don't know, every 10 minutes or less, all three of them. So this dump cart's the one that the guys own, our neighbors own, and it just has a single axle. It's got a tandem wheels on the back, but it's just a single axle. Yeah, you gotta be a lot more careful with dumping that thing. That's the one we had dumped over last year on one of our videos. I think it was just no, that was 2 years ago. No, I'm sorry, I don't think we ever had that in a video. But yeah, because any little spot that it's soft or any little dip, it just really bounces around. Now ours got tandem axles, and yeah, it's a lot more forgiving in the area, or it won't dump over near as quick. When you have a single axle like the green one is, any little dip, that whole cart just, yeah, flops around. And where the tandem axle, yeah, it kind of, the wheels kind of go right up over it. And yeah, you don't feel like you're tipping over near as quick. Is this a good way to say it? We have a lane to come back most of the way, but we do got to come through the field a little bit over here, maybe 150, 200 yards at the most. So yeah, we want to get it done before anything gets too wet or anything. We're coming down to the wire here. We got a little bit more to fill in right here in this bottom. Yeah, we're just gonna fill in where these trees are still standing here. And there's still a little bit of dirt over there. We do have several loads of topsoil we're gonna bring back here yet too. And then we're gonna, we'll probably try to like take along the edge here, like right along the edge here where we were farming. There's kind of a ridge there, so I'll take my high lift and work. You can kind of see it right in around there maybe. Take my high lift and kind of work that down across it to get a little extra topsoil. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell it any better here or not. I already did grade some of that one out there down. So yeah, it's gonna turn out almost better than I was expecting, so I'm glad for that. Yeah, I timed it here. We're doing a complete round about every 9 minutes. yeah, it's moving along pretty good. Here you can get a little bit of an idea. I don't know if you can see way over there is where we're filling that slate pit in, and where there's an excavator track code loading the dump carts in the truck. Yeah, and then there's a lane that comes up along the edge of the field between our field and the neighboring farm there. And yeah, then right down over here in this holla is where we're filling it all in. You can see that haul truck coming up out of there, the dirt truck. And yeah, they're all three pretty much in a row. It takes a little longer to load that dirt truck, so they're usually coming one right after the other. Oh. Well, we are totally done. We got all the topsoil back here and graded off. It's just a little bit of work here I need to do at this one spot, but it really turned out nice. It's way better than I thought it would. Kind of drops down in pretty far, but I wanted to keep a good slope on it so it drains good. Didn't want to end up having a spot where it half ponded water and made a big wet spot. So yeah, it's gonna be nice to have this done. We'll be able to come right around that corner, and yeah, won't have to worry about a big ravine sticking up in the middle of here. Anyway, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. We got done about 5 or a little after, and I went home to the farm and did a couple things and ate supper and came back over to show Lois what we did, and realized I forgot to take a video. So yeah, we started this morning about 8:30, and they got done around 4, I think, with the dirt. I had ran home to do a couple things there when they were getting started milking. I had to bed the free stalls and a couple things, and they were just starting to topsoil then. So, and I came back after I got done with all my work, and it took me about an hour or so to grade everything off, or the rest of the topsoil. I was here all day when they were dumping the clay fill in, and kept it graded off and pushed in as they were dumping it. So anyhow,